what's up? It's your girl Brianna, and this is my story time about how I was in abusive relationship. So let's get into it. Okay, so I was 15 years old when I met this guy through a friend. We'll call her D, and we'll call him Rico, I guess. So I met D one day, and we were walking, and her friend was actually Rico, and she told me he's like cute and he's into me and stuff. So I was like, alright, I'll give him a chance. Um, so when we first met, like we hit it off. Um, it took me a minute, not a minute. It took me a long time to know this, that guys don't show their true colors to after they got you. So like they do sweet shit to pursue you. Once they got you, it's like you see their real colors. So basically a couple of days later, I started to kind of see some signs, but I ignored it. Getting into a month, he told me about how he pimped his ex-girlfriend out, so he was wondering if he could do that to me. When I said no, I got slapped in my face. Like, slapped. And it was always a recurring topic for him to, like, ask me every now and then, like, he would try to make his money by pimping me out and everything, and every time I would get punched in my face. Skipping down later, I would not want to have sex with him, and he would force it upon me or accuse me of getting it somewhere else. And mind you, I was like new. I didn't know anything. I'm 15 years old. I never experienced this shit in my life, so I was scared. And also, like, he fucks with guns. So I was also scared, like, maybe he might kill me. So we went to his sister's party. It was her birthday party. They were doing e-pills, all types of shit. Now, I never seen an e-pill in my fucking life. The most I've ever done was smoke weed and drink. And I know my mom about to watch this. I'm sorry, Mom, that you finding this shit out about me. Excuse my French. Sorry. My bad. And, basically, he gave me a pill telling me it was aspirin. I didn't know it was an e-pill. So I started experiencing all this weird stuff, falling in the bushes, hiding in the bushes, like just doing weird stuff. But like I didn't know. Like I've never experienced this in my life with anybody. So then we went to my grandma's house because I was living with her. God rest her soul. She passed away in 2012. The month after her husband died. So continuing on, I had sneaked in the house. Mind you, the last story time I told you where my boyfriend threw a cat through my window, that window was already like messed up, so it's easy for me to sneak back in the house. But it was hard because he was living in my basement, so I had to sneak him in. So I had to climb through my window, make sure people sleep, and then sneak through the kitchen to open up the door to let him in. Then walk to the basement. Every time he would go to the basement, I had to like walk there with him, so it would only sound like one person is going up and down the stairs. So, which made it extremely hard in the morning because I would have to wake up early, wake him up because people were sleeping in the house. So to get him out to where it looks like he's just not coming over, I had to get up pretty early. So then, I forgot what we were arguing about, but he punched me in my leg and it hurt so bad I could barely move it. So when I was walking, it kind of looked funny. And he walked out the house and walked back in, knocked on the door and everything like he was just coming in. And I was like, Mom, don't open the door. Like, no. But she, I think it was my mom. I can't remember. Can't remember if I did it or somebody did. But I know I was told to get the door. And it was him. I knew it was him, but I couldn't, like, I had to play it off like I didn't know it was him because that would look suspicious. I mean, he didn't have a cell phone, not that I remember, on him to where he knew the house number. I had a cell phone on me, but, like, basically I had to play it off. Like, I didn't know he was coming because I told her I didn't talk to him. And he punched me in my leg, and he played it off like he didn't hit me. He was like, baby, are you okay? And I'm just like, no, you know I'm not fucking okay, you bitch. But I didn't want to say that because I might have got hit. So, like, this is, like, very hard for me to, like, remember. I think I repressed it so long because I was 15. I'm 21, soon to be. I'm 20 now, but soon to be 21. And I tried so hard to repress this because, like, it was the worst time of my life. Like, so there was another incident to where I ran away with him. To this day, people ask me why that know the situation and that was present during the situation. I can't really tell you why. Because at that point, if he walked away and left, I would have been safe. But instead, I kept putting myself in a dangerous situation. So I ran away with him. I sicked my dog, or his dog, on my mom. Stupid, I know. Sorry, I had to switch places. But anyway, yeah, I sicked the dog on my mom. I was a little bitch when I was younger. I still kind of am, but, like, it's toning down, I feel. My mom might tell you different. But yeah. And I remember a random guy asking me, like, why do you stay with him when he's disrespecting you and stuff? And I'm like, I'm scared. Like, he has a gun. Well, I didn't tell him he had a gun, but, like, I just told him I was scared. But that's what I was thinking, like, he has a gun. Don't you see the gun? But, yeah, I had a couple friends that wanted to fight him that were male, obviously. And they found that out from the females because I finally disclosed to them that this was happening. And my friends were blunt back then, so they asked him. And, like, I'm thinking, why would you ask him? He's not going to tell you, and because of you, I'm going to get my ass beat later. So, yeah, that happened too. I remember we were walking, and a friend, Fitz, we'll call him, he was walking with us, and he was looking at my butt. Fitz always liked me. And so what Rico did was Rico started disrespecting me, not physically, but verbally, in front of him. And all my friends were just looking at me like, you're stupid. And I'm like, if only you knew the half of it. But yeah, I had that happen to me then. And then I got slapped in the face because Rico liked me. Or not Rico, sorry. Fitz liked me. So I got slapped by Rico in the face. I had another friend named, it starts with a J, so I'm just going to call him Jabbar. He checked him about it. And I was just like, you're the MVP. Because, like, that, nobody checked him, like, ever. They just let him beat on me. And we were all at his brother's house smoking, and nobody ever checked him but him. So I was happy But the final straw for me was he got a phone call, and it was about a guy that I apparently had sex with before him. I dated him. I don't just have sex with random people. I have to date you first. So I dated him and had sex with him, and he was calling me a hoe. And, like, mind you, he didn't tell me what happened. He just started breaking out, calling me a hoe, punched me, and I just ran upstairs and I told my mom and my grandma, and they came out guns blazing, mad, and told him he had to go. And a couple months later, I'm not going to get into the situation, but I ended up in a hospital. And it was hard because he came in there and while I was in the hospital, mind you, I was still dating him. He had sex and dated my friend. Starts with Lauren. We'll call her Lauren. So Lauren inboxed me on Facebook asking if I was okay. She's never met Rico, mind you. So she just thinks it's a random guy she just met. Rico is dating Lauren while I'm in the hospital. But it's because of you I'm in the hospital. And apparently he had also beat on her. So, like, at this time, I'm just like, I'm over it. Like, you gotta go. Like, I can't. I'd rather you just kill me now, and I'll be free of you. So, I spent my birthday in the hospital. I just turned 16 at this point. I'm in the hospital on my 16th birthday. So then, about September or so, I get a knock at the door. It's a detective looking for Rico. He has warrants and all types of stuff all on him. And to add to his mess, he raped somebody in my hospital room. The day, like, not the day of, but he raped somebody that was in the trauma room, because I was in the trauma unit at U of M child ward. I was like 15, so I was still in the child area. And he raped somebody in the trauma room. And they wanted to know if I knew his whereabouts. I'm like, no, I finally got rid of him. I don't care where he is. So I don't know how they caught him, but they caught him, and I was finally rid of him. I didn't have to be scared. But recently he got out. Not recently, but like he's been out for a while. And every day I worry about running into him because he blames me for the reason why he got arrested. But it was your actions that got you put in jail in the first place. So that's what I'm struggling with to this day. Like, seeing his face. Like, I don't want it to bring up any traumatic experience for me, because that was very traumatic for me. And I never told this story in public before. Like, I just let people saw him on the news. I just let people think what they want to think. I kept my mouth shut about the situation. But this is my first time telling my version of what happened. So, I hope you guys like it. And if you're in an abusive relationship, please get out, because you really don't need it. Thank you for watching my story time.